What's up, everyone? Welcome to episode number 7 of Cheesing with every unit to Grandmaster. The last episode was a very special one. It was only one game instead of the usual 3, and that's because we played an absolute omega banger with the Overlord challenge, only being allowed to attack with Overlords. We still have about 30 units left to go. Our MMR is looking really good. After that scare early on in the challenge, we've been doing really well. I think I'm about 500 MMR away from Grandmaster as it stands. Let's begin. Alright, the first game of the day is against Joystick, a 4.2k MMR Terran player. Looks like we got Protoss judging by the tooltip. Now, what challenge should we do against this Terran? I have to be honest, guys, we still have a lot of units to use that are maybe not the strongest for this kind of challenge, but we're already pretty close to Grandmaster, so from now on it's going to get extremely hard. The unit I thought of before this game started, I kind of looked at all the races, saw what units we've used so far, and decided which units I should probably be using soon because they're not that strong. For Zerg, it was pretty clear. For Zerg, I should really be doing a build with the Viper because I don't even know if I can beat anyone with some kind of Viper build. I actually had a pretty insane idea. That would probably be the longest game of the entire challenge if I could pull that off, and that's if I could play an extremely defensive game. I wouldn't only be allowed to make Vipers, but an extremely defensive game with a lot of Spine, Spore, stuff like that. I'll make some extra units if I need them to deal with whatever my opponents has. And besides that, just abduct my entire opponent's army in my Spines over and over. That would pretty much be my plan. Now, for this game, we got Protoss, and I think I'm going to go for the Tempest here. I've been talking about the proxy carrier rush. I feel like the carrier rush, this might sound crazy to you guys. That's a hella early command set here, isn't it? Wait, is that a CC first? I feel like CC first should be faster than this. But it's still ridiculously fast. Yeah, this is CC first. Oh my god, this guy's badass. Oh, please let me build my Nexus. I would love you forever. Okay, thank you. If you blocked that, it would have been pretty annoying. It wouldn't even be that big of a deal. It would literally just be really annoying, I think. So I'm happy that he didn't. But the carrier build is probably a little stronger than Tempest. Well, now I say that. Tempest would be stronger against Zerg, for sure. Like, against Zerg, I would actually have a pretty decent build with the Tempest, I think. So now I'm starting to doubt myself a little bit here. Gonna have to make up my mind soon. I already did the Colossus, I do know that. I haven't done DTs yet, but DT is very strong. I could do a High Templars as well. Huh. Or maybe it's time for the Observer Cheese. There's so many options we have here. The Observer Cheese would also be very funny. I think I really just feel like going for the Tempest, to be honest. We're just gonna do it. Frick it, guys. Who cares? I'm gonna make a Stalker first, just because Stalkers build faster now. And it makes me feel like I'm making proper use of the patch. Now, I'm not quite sure if I should bait myself into using Energy Recharge, because you guys know I freaking love that ability. But that would be 100 gas on a Sentry that I don't really want to spend, right? So, yeah. I think I'll just make one more Stalker. He is gonna see that I am not building... Actually, I don't think he was paying attention there, to be honest. He could have seen that I wasn't building Warp Gate. That's a little sus. Do I actually build Warp Gate? Like, I could really just go for only... Like, my opponent's playing CC first, which is pretty crazy. That means he's going to be defensive for a while. It does mean that he could still go for a stim attack, by the way. Like, don't be fooled here. If a Terran goes for a fast expo, even if it's like a... Let's say it's like a 1 gas or no gas expand, just the barracks into the CC. They can still go for a stim timing. So you don't want to be fooled by that. Let's see. Fleet Beacon and Stargate take the same amount of time. I guess I'll just make the Fleet Beacon first. A little more expensive than I remembered. Let's see, there's probably a bunker over here. This map actually looks really good for early expansions, I have to say. You guys notice like this kind of awkward entrance to the natural? Like, this is also a little bit of an awkward area. This is really small. This is actually a really good map for those kind of early expands, I think. Respect to my opponent for trying out a different build on a map where it fits. As you guys know, I do always appreciate that kind of creativity. We're going to kill a Marine here, and now it's time for Stargate number 2. Now, if he goes for any kind of factory play, I think we're going to be pretty happy. If he goes for a 3-racks, well, I actually have no idea how that's going to go, to be honest. Like, legitimately no idea. See if I can get any info. Okay, I can probably kill that, right? There we go. Kind of surprised I targeted it properly the first time, to be honest. I didn't think my micro was going to be good enough for that. I'm going to make another pylon over here. And then I guess I can probably just go for... well, actually, I'm not sure if I should make that upgrade right away. But I could go for like a bunch of Tempest, take a 3rd base, and then we can see from there what we're going to do. At least I want to scare him a little bit, you know, force him to repair this bunker a little bit and stuff. There we go. Now, maybe I should use my Tempest to defend any kind of incoming Widow Mine drop or something, but I really don't know if that's going to be on the menu. I guess I should probably patrol my stalkers a little bit. You know what I could do? I could make pylons around my opponent's base. Kind of like this. I don't want to make them too much in advance. Also, should I show the Tempest Tower? I'm going to defend with them for a little bit. I'm going to try to be sneaky here. Definitely want to make sure that I can actually see that dude's main ramping before he does move out with a bunch of bio with Stim. Like, I think, like, Tempests are not that great against bio with Stim, but if you catch them on the middle of the map, you can just kite them forever, you know? That's kind of the idea that I had. If this is going to be like something like Banshees or something. Can you guys imagine? Oh my god. I just thought of the most disgusting scenario ever. Could you guys imagine if this guy goes for battle cruisers and he blinks in and I have 3 Tempest? There is a possibility. I mean, we didn't really see much at the front. There's legitimately a possibility that that is what's going to happen. CC First is the most popular build for the double battlecruiser rush in TVZ. Now, double battlecruiser rush doesn't really exist against Protoss, but I mean, I've seen my fair share of crazy stuff. I wouldn't even be surprised at this point. Here we go. Look at those. Look at the minimap. Those big blocks moving across the map 5 minutes into the game. Looks kind of crazy somehow. Now, can I really just make mass Tempest? That is the question. Okay, we're in here already. He does not have turrets. I really wonder what he is going to have. Okay, he scans my main base. Oh, thank goodness that upgrade finished. I'm really just wide-eyed waiting for what's going to... I really don't know what this guy is doing. I genuinely have no idea. Mech, bio, battlecruisers, mass Vikings, Mark style. I actually don't know. Like, I really have no idea. I mean, so far these Tempests are just cleaning house. It doesn't even look like my opponent has anything so far. I really want to know what the hell's going on here, guys, because I don't know. I mean, I know Tempests are pretty good. Dude, on this map, they're freaking insane, by the way. Look at this entrance to the natural here where you can shoot. Okay, so he has a bunch of Marines. I'm going to have to be careful for that. Especially if he decides to stim on top. That is not that many Marines, and he doesn't have stim yet. It is still incredibly suspicious. Is it actually BCs? He does have a decent amount of... Like, he's just never going to catch these Tempests, I think, to be honest. Look at this. My Stalker is even shooting for free here. Okay, this actually looks like the most disgusting strategy ever. I said that this was probably going to be... Oh, wait, this guy's a hidden expansion, doesn't he? Did I just forget about the hidden expansion possibility? See, I'm going to scout around with my Stalker. Like, there's something just missing here. There's just something not right over here. What is it? Is his build just that bad? Like, he should have more than this. Okay, there's a third command center at least. There's another... Okay, yeah, I think we figured it out, guys. Okay, those Vikings are not going to have a good time against my Tempest. That's not enough. Look how fast they die, by the way. Tempest against buildings with the upgrade. It's actually epic. Look at that. Vikings are just going to die. And this guy just lived the biggest nightmare ever, I think. Oh, okay, I now get what was going on. Okay, so he was just playing ultra greedy. Look at this. 3cc, no factory. He was, how many? He had 9 Marines, and he already had a 3rd CC completed with double upgrades on the way. And at this point, I don't even have that much yet. I have 1 Tempest. If you look at the game state right now, let's say this player scans my base now. I think it is a different story, because what he can do is he can still add a factory. Maybe he should cancel the upgrades, I'm not sure. Then he can add a couple starports, make Vikings, and then he has a really good economy and upgrades. But he didn't scout at all. This was literally the maximum level of greed you can do in TVP. The only thing that would make this worse is to add a 4th command center as hidden base, but who on earth would do that? Besides me, that is. But this game, Tempest just looked absolutely insanely broken. I'm not quite sure if it was just my instinct that was really just feeling it, because I really, I was trying to reason, like, should I really play Tempest? And I decided to do it. Looked absolutely broken. Fantastic warm-up game. Let's keep it going. Game number 2 is against another Terran and slightly higher MMR at that. Now, let's see. We got Protoss again. Okay. Now, we do have a couple of options here. Once again, I could still go for that proxy carrier. I think it might actually just be time to do that. Why not? We're going to go for the proxy carrier build, because it's a really fun cheese. Not for the opponent usually, but it is a really fun cheese. Do I have a good place to build them? I should probably build them a little further away. Admittedly, I don't quite remember the build exactly. I feel like it might have been something like gas first, but gas first also just sounds a little bit too crazy to me, so that's probably not it. I'm going to scout my opponent early. Not to actually scout him, but I just want to annoy the heck out of him. And I think it's a pretty good distraction. At some point, he's going to scout my base and see that there's nothing there, and he's going to want to check for stuff. And hopefully, me harassing his workers can kind of like divert his attention a little bit, Like, that's the plan there. I do have to move out my probe at the right time. I want to have as much eco as possible while doing this cheese, obviously, which is not always easy. I was kind of thinking maybe I should proxy the cybernetics core too, because with the proxy carrier build, you go 1 base carrier, but you also want to make +1 air attack. Well, I guess it's just going to look like you're researching Warp Gate anyway. Oh, wait, we're playing against a little cheesy guy over here. I see how it is. Okay. Now, can I play carriers against this? That's what I wonder. Oh, he doesn't have gas. Huh. Well, this is going to be not carriers, probably. Because my guy over here is doing a proxy 3 racks or whatever. Yeah, how many barracks is it? That's so late, though. I'm actually kind of confused here. That feels like a very late 2 barracks. He must have more than this. Oh, yeah, there's the other one. Okay, we found it. Yeah, I thought it was going to be a 3 racks. Probably not a 4 racks. But I thought it was going to be 3, and I was like, is there another one? No, there's not another one over here. Okay, so this guy's going to straight up try and 3 racks me. I'm still going to try to proxy carrier him because... I mean, you guys know me, right? Why even ask? Wait, guys. I can make a sentry and use the energy recharge. This is hype. Guys, this is actually hype. Can I even... You know what? I'm going to make a robo behind. I'm going to try to go for disruptors. Yeah, okay, I'm going to make a sentry. And then we just energy recharge it. Oh, look at that! Yo, dude, look how many force fields I have. I have 2 force fields left. I didn't even fully get that force field. I don't think he realized, so he didn't escape. The battery's gonna finish just on time, by the way. You want to come up the ramp, bro? I swear, nothing's gonna happen to you. Like, the energy recharge, I'm not kidding. It counters all of those builds entirely. 1 sentry, and I think it's just over. Like, the energy recharge gives you 3 force fields right off spawn. And by the time I run out of force fields, I can do it again. Like, I think there's literally a 0% chance that this works unless you just miss the force fields. Which, there is a chance of. You know, there's definitely a chance that that happens, but... this is another delicious example of the energy recharge being an amazing ability. Don't you guys just love it? Yeah, I'm gonna poke with him a little bit. La 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 la. I'm gonna cut him in half. If he... It sounds kind of vicious. Oh my god. Wait, I'll just do it again already. Why not? Look at that. I'm proxying a disruptor while this is going on. That is so funny. I'm not even making another freaking battery, even though I probably should. Yeah, I'll cut off a couple units this time. There we go. Don't want to lose this Zealot for free. Should I make another battery? I will. Look at this. There's still 3 force fields on it. It's actually never going to run out. Like, literally, there's nothing you can do about this. Try again, bro. Yep. Oh, this is so good. I'm literally doing a proxy disruptor while this guy is mass all-inning me, and I'm not in any danger whatsoever. Oh, well, that might have been a little too ambitious of a force field, actually. Need to be a little careful with this one, but we're going to be okay. This battery's going to finish. A little bit of micro never hurt anyone. Another very bad force field, actually, but I don't think it matters anymore. Yeah, you lost every single unit already. Wait, did I lose a unit this game, actually? I'm not 100% convinced I lost a unit, honestly. I also wouldn't be... Okay, I was going to say, I wouldn't be surprised if this guy complained. Did I lose something? That was a perfect game. There we go. Energy recharge, baby. A full-on proxy 3-racks Marine SCV all in, and I lost 0 resources. Just because... Okay, I did have to do a little bit of micro, but just because I have this one ability on the Nexus. Now, obviously, this game is not going to count for the Disruptor, but I think this game was cool enough, enjoyable enough. Freaking love any opportunity I can get to show off energy recharge. Let's play another game. That game number 3 is against a Protoss this time, and we got Protoss again as well, and that does scare me a little bit. What are we going to do in PvP with the units we have left that can work? Oh, guys. I just got a fantastic idea. Oh, I actually love this idea. Okay, so the Adept is a good idea to use against Zerg because Glaives is actually a build you can do, right? So you can go for Glaive Adepts and just absolutely pop off. But I do have a strategy against Protoss that is really ridiculous with Mass Adepts, and it can actually work. Let's see, does it work on this map? Oh, it's you know, I'm just gonna freaking do it. If this is this kind of strategy that's either gonna pop the frick off or it's gonna fall flat on his face, but either way, it's going to be funny. Now, I'm gonna tell you guys the build up a little bit. I'm gonna mix a build that I made before, that most of you are going to know, and a strategy that I've done like once or twice before. The build is going to be the 3-gate opener that you guys might know from my No Warp Gate to Grandmaster series. I really like doing that build. I'm going to make a lot of adepts. And then I'm going to make one sentry. And what I'm going to try to do is... I'll explain to you guys how PvP usually works, right? So PvP, you always have to be afraid of the adepts. So what you usually do is you wall off the main, but you leave one little tile open. You always keep a probe there. And when the opponent tries to shade in, you quickly build a pylon to block it. This is not some kind of crazy defense or whatever. That's just what you do in PvP. That's how it works, right? But what you can do, if you're a little insane, is you can use the sentry to hallucinate a Colossus, walk up the cliff, and block the probe from making the pylon. Now, this does require either you to have really good distraction techniques or for your opponent to not pay attention. I've done it a couple times, and I think it worked pretty much every time, besides when I did it against Gerald, who is a pro player that's like, I don't know, 6.3k MMR or something. So there is a good chance it works. It's just going to be hard to pull off. Now, I also don't know how many adepts I should actually do this with, more than anything else. I guess I could make 3 adepts. Like, you don't... Ooh. Oh, well, this is different. Oh, everything just changed. He's playing 1 gate expand on this map? This guy... He dares. That's kind of crazy. I mean, I can't really block that anymore. Wait, maybe I can just... Should I just block this? It's annoying enough, I think. But this is actually a pretty annoying block if I build a pylon over here. There we go. I'm going to start chrono boosting these adepts. Yeah, I think everything just changed. That's a really cool plan, but I'm going to have to show it to you guys later because this guy... oh, no, it makes sense because I'm playing random, of course. Yeah, that's why he walled on the low ground. That does make a lot of sense, yeah. I was thinking, on this map, that's pretty crazy. I'm going to cancel that pylon. I'm going to make it again here because I need it again pretty soon. Is there a way for me to get into the base now is what I'm wondering. I could make a prism right outside here. Just a little bit of an insane proxy location, but I think I'm going to make a prism right outside here. Might have to get warp gate for this as well. Here we go. Let's see. What is he blocking it with? Just a pylon. He's making a gateway. Yeah, what I'm afraid of is that he is going for a Stargate. And if he does go for the Stargate, he's going to have Void Rays, and Void Rays are not going to be pleasant to go up against with, you know, my units that don't shoot up. I think... Oh, did he just... That's a crazy play, my friend. That is not what you want to do. He's going to lose a bunch of probes over here, I think. And in any case, he's going to lose a million mining time. Oh, that was actually pretty good juke by him. It doesn't even look like it was intentional, but it was a good juke. So, what can I say? Okay, so now I got a couple more units coming in over here. I made a couple of Stalkers just in case it was a Stargate. Exactly, it is going to be a Stargate. Now I also have a battery outside of his base, which is pretty funny. The Robo is going to finish, and that's going to allow me... Oh, he might barely not kill that, actually. Yeah, he didn't. Oh, that's going to be extra painful. He's going to lose a couple of extra pros because of that. With the Prism, I will be able to ferry my adepts into his main base. That's the plan. Guess I'll chrono boost that warp gate once. Here we go. And I'm going to start killing this pylon. If he doesn't heal that pylon, I'm just going to shade into the main base again. Keep in mind, there's no battery overcharge anymore. So he can't overcharge his battery to save that. He can energy recharge the battery, but that's usually not what you want to use it on. Okay, he did do it. Oh, but he failed. Oh, that is a massive moment, actually. I'm going to be able to get into the main base again now. My Prism is also finishing. So for the next couple of adepts, I will be able to just ferry them into the main base. Yeah, I guess I should probably wait for a little bit. See, I'm going to make a gateway here too. I should wait for a little bit because he does have the Void Ray at least finishing, I would imagine. Yeah, the Void Ray is about to finish, exactly. I'm just going to run away here for a little bit. Here we go. Actually, not quite sure. A Void Ray is really good against a Stalker. So I don't know if I can beat, you know... with 2 batteries, if I can beat a overcharged or a prismatic aligned Void Ray. Now, I did get my adepts in his base, which is exactly what I want. Here we go. These adepts are going to absolutely wreak havoc over here. Then I'm going to warp a couple of adepts over here on the backside of that. It doesn't look like he's just planning on killing all of my stuff, but he's going to lose all of his probes for it, guys. This guy's not going to have probes left. Like, I know this looks cool that he's killing my stuff, but he's really not going to have any probes left, I think. I guess I'll just go over here. I'm just going to keep chasing the probes, honestly. I'm going to kill all of them. Oh, there's a good target fire by him, actually, on the Prism. I'm going to warp a couple more adepts here. Now, I'd probably have to make some kind of anti-air so I don't die. to the Void Rays on the counterattack, but I feel like with the amount of damage these Adepts have done, we are going to be okay. There we go. Okay, it looked like he stopped chasing me and he just clicked in my base. That just, it looks like that's what he did, right? Maybe I can even just start killing this pylon over here. I'm going to start warping it home. Oh, I do need a couple more pylons before I get horribly supply blocked. Here we go. I'm just going to kill this. Yeah, he's actually, I mean, he's doing the right thing. I know it looks crazy, but he's doing literally the right thing. This is the way for him to win this game. And he has a chance. He really does have a chance to win this game. Now, if I pull my probes, I just need one more warp in with those pylons, and then we're going to be pretty safe. Looks like I'm going to get my warp ins just in time. There we go. 5 stalkers in total is going to be all right. Just need to make sure to, yeah, I'm going to pull my probes. Why would I risk this? I'll pull my probes, and then I think we should be completely fine, to be honest. The probes are on the way. There we go. The Adepts are also on the way. He's going to try to focus fire my Stalkers, but I'm obviously not going to let him do that. We got a really good surround here. Oh, look at that. That surround is actually beautiful. Holy. Every single probe is going to fall, or every single Stalker is going to fall. That Void Ray is going to fall shortly as well. And the Stalkers are going to die, and we have done it with the Adepts. And oh my goodness, well, this game took quite a turn. I went from explaining you guys the coolest freaking strategy ever to completely forgetting that I was playing random, so my opponent was probably going to wall in the low ground there, having to change my strategy to literally build a robo in front of his base to make one prism, get my Adepts in the main that managed to kill every single probe and win us the game that way with the anti-air. Well, that was one way I did not expect the Adept challenge to go. Now, I know it was game number 3, but we've been pretty fast so far. Let's play a final game. All right, the final game is against a Zerg, and... Oh, actually, I thought it was going to say something about burrowed units, so I thought we're Zerg. We got... Is that 4 Protoss games in a row? I swear random is biased towards Protoss, always is. And now I can't make Tempest anymore, or Adepts. This is messed up, guys. Absolutely messed up. Anyway, what are we going to do is the question. I think one unit that we have left that is probably a decent... How do you even wall this? Probably a decent idea is the Disruptor, maybe. I think Disruptors could actually be pretty decent. I'd have to go for a Disruptor drop, and then I suppose I need to make some kind of units to finish the all-in with, because, you know, you can't win with only Disruptors. I could go for a Disrupt. Okay, hear me out. A somewhat common build that is not really regarded to be that strong, but it is a build that you can use, is going for Glaives into Disruptors. Because the point of that is... Zerglings are really bad against Glaives, so you usually make Roaches, and Roaches are worse against Disruptors, so that works. But maybe I could go for Disruptors into Glaives instead. Now, the Disruptors were definitely nerfed against Zerg because they don't one-shot Roaches anymore. So I'm definitely a little afraid for this one. I hope I can just kill enough drones that it doesn't matter that my stuff doesn't kill Roaches. Yo, I completely forgot my gas, by the way. Guess it doesn't matter that much because I want to expand fast anyway, but I did forget my gas for a little bit. Okay, this guy's playing hatch first, makes me happy. A lot of Zergs on ladder are super cheesy, I feel like, so I'm always afraid of getting like 12 pooled or proxy hatched or whatever other nonsense they come up with. Whatever other nonsense build they copy from my channel. Probably more realistic to say. Haven't mined any gas yet, let's see. Oh, this wall actually... Oh, that... Huh. That barely didn't wall with the edge of the rock. So now, yeah, the wall barely doesn't work out, I believe. Still gonna be okay, though, in the end. I think, here's the thing. We actually lost to this before in another one of my challenges. I don't remember which one it was. But what we lost to is that Zerg players shouldn't link flood in this patch because the energy recharge with the Oracle, which is used in like 90% of PvZs, people own with Oracle, you cannot link flood anymore because, you know, the Oracle just deals with it too easily. But if I would get link flooded playing Robo, that's a little sketch, to say the least. I'm gonna build my Robo over here. I might build a Stalker. I think I definitely want to build a Stalker just to get rid of the Overlord spying on me for the rest of my days. Not a big fan of that. Okay, one more gateway over here, and it's almost a wall. It's not a nice wall. Almost a wall. I wonder how you're supposed to wall this properly. I haven't seen a Protoss player play on this map yet, I believe. But it does make me a little curious. Should I chrono boost the Stalker? Yeah, I could. Okay, I'm gonna send one Adept across the map so he sees I'm clearly an Adept kind of guy. So he doesn't have to be afraid of the Stalker. Yeah, come back. That's right. That's what it will be like to see. I'm just an Adept builder, guys. Just, you know. No reason to worry about a Stalker or anything like that. I think we've got him good, guys. I don't think there's anywhere to hide from here. There we go. That is going to die. I feel like I'll make another Adept And then I'll get the Robo Bay up. That sounds like a good plan. Here we go. Robo Bay is going to get up. That Overlord's going to die, which is awesome. He does have a decent amount of Zerglings. Yeah, I'm just going to check over here. Okay, so he does have some drones. I'm going to cancel this now. I do need to fill up this wall real quick. Yeah, you can see it's really not the best wall ever. Maybe I should have put some more thought into it. I guess I can wall with 2 Adepts, but that's gonna if there's a Link Flood, they're gonna get more surface area now, which is gonna hurt my soul a little bit. I can also just make my next pylon in the wall. Then we would suffer against Bailing Bust. But it's kind of the same thing, right? Like, if they Bailing Bust, they probably shouldn't do it on this patch, so if they do it, you know, whatever. What can I do about it? Here we go. I'm gonna make a second Robo as well. I do vaguely remember Astrea, an NA Pro Protoss player, doing a build like double Robo. And it was some kind of weird all-in. I just don't remember exactly how it went. I'm going to need a little bit more gas here. Okay, so my disruptors are going to get scouted. That is unfortunate, but not really something we could have... Maybe if I built it here, it could have been stopped. I guess that's something we can remember for the next time I go for a disruptor drop. Should I wait for 2, actually? I feel like 1 is maybe just not enough damage. He's 150... Yeah, it's 150 gas, okay. Now, I can expand pretty easily. That Overlord is going to die as well, but he is going to see my build. What I'm afraid of now is that my opponent's just going to play, like, Fast Spire. And, you know, I'm not sure what I'm going to do about it, really. Make another pylon. Hope I made enough gas. I think it's going to work out pretty well, because after this prism, I'll be able to make 2 disruptors, and then we'll have 2 prisms with 4 disruptors in them. And then, yeah, I mean, I guess I should just be warping some Adepts from these gateways. I clearly can't afford to get Glaives anymore. Dude, I'm so tempted to, like, scam. I feel like my Terran brain is trying to scan all the time. Like, when I feel, like, a bit insecure about things, I just feel like dropping a scam. And then I'm like, wait, I can't. Sadly. I don't play that race. Now, I am pretty curious to see what my opponent's going to do as a counter. I think there's a decent chance that it's going to be the Fast Spire. If it is the Fast Spire... then we just have to go right away, I think, to be honest. Okay, so there's a lot of units over here. There's a lot of links, surprisingly. Okay, here we go. Oh, he's not paying attention. Oh, he did pay attention. Wait, I can see. Nah, yeah, it's really hard to hit Zerglings with this, as you might have guessed already. Okay, I'm going to add a couple more gates, and then I'm just going to get ready to go for it. I do like this build. I definitely should have prevented it from being scouted, to be honest. Okay, my opponent is 100% going for Mutas. There's no doubt in my mind. There's no reason why you would ever get that much gas otherwise. I actually killed a decent amount of Zerglings there. Really not bad. And now I got 2 more Novas coming from downtown. Oh, I thought I clicked it on the hatchery, but apparently I didn't. Okay, this just 100% looks like Mutalis to me. I can't put it any other way. Hope I don't lose that. No, I don't. Exactly. Okay, here we go. And now we just start warping in Stalkers, really, and just hope that we can make enough of them. That's the whole plan here. There's nothing too crazy. I could go for a Twilight Council and try to get Archons out as well, but I think for now we're just going to have to go for it. Okay, here we go. With 1 Disruptor Nova. Yeah, it's so hard against the Zerglings, man. It's incredibly hard. That's why now I'm gonna get the Adepts together with my army. Could also warp some sentries. Wouldn't be the craziest idea ever. He's gonna get a big hit on those units. He's just saving for mass mutas, I think, no? Or was he really trying to get something else done? He put a force field down here. I don't need my... Oh, I needed to put that on the roaches. Oh, okay, thank goodness that hit. Just in time as well. And another... to downtown over here. That's going to kill a lot of roaches, exactly. Then we just fall back a little bit. Send another Nova. I'm not quite sure exactly how I want to control this, to be honest. I haven't really done this kind of push before. I mean, I think with the Disruptors, he's just having a little bit too hard of a time with the roaches. I have a lot of Stalkers out. I guess I can save this one Stalker as well with a little bit of Warpers and Micro. And here we go. Shoot another one to the roach. Dude, it's actually so annoying for him to play this game. Every time he gets close, there's just another Disruptor Nova on the roaches, and there we go. All right. Now, I am really curious. An infestation pit? Why? Yeah, I was going to say, so this guy, well, he only had 5 gases apparently, but it looked like he had 6 gases, and he had no gas units whatsoever. No roaches, nothing on the field, only a couple links. This was like the most obvious Mutalisk ever. But instead, he went for an infestation pit, and I have no idea why. Like, was he trying to neural the disruptor and shoot it at my own army. I mean, that does sound like something I would do. Doesn't seem like the best situation to do that in. I'm actually very curious about this. Like, was he trying to maybe get like a massive surrounded fungals or something? The problem with fungals is that fungals are good in combination with other stuff like corrosive biles or brute lords, ultralisk, things with splash damage or things that just need their opponent's units to stand still. Ling Roach Infestor just sounds like a very expensive comp that I would build and lose with. And I have experience in losing with Infestors because I did the Ling Infestor series. I know that the fungal doesn't do a lot of damage, so I'm incredibly curious about this. If this guy made as many mutas as I thought he was going to make like 8 or 10. I have 5 Stalkers here, 1 Sentry. I was going to keep warping in Stalkers and Sentry slowly. It was going to become an epic micro battle. Would have been close, but here, my opponent kind of played into my hands. He made all this gas that he didn't use, Infestation Pit, Ling Roach only, and this build looked incredibly strong despite being scouted. Now, the next time I do this, I definitely want to research how the build works because I feel like this build should look even stronger than it did right now, but I'm still a pretty big fan. But that's going to be it for today. 4 fantastic games with Protoss, 3 unit challenges completed, the Adept, the Disruptor, and the Tempest, and that's going to be it for today. I hope you guys had a fantastic time. If you did, give a video a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all for the next one. Adios.